Meanwhile, former Director of Research at the Asian Development Bank Institute, Dr. Ganeshan Vignarajah, says that the government's decision to restructure domestic debt will reduce economic vulnerabilities and lay the foundation for long-term economic growth. In our new segment, Debt Treatment, What's Next?, Dr. Vignarajah said domestic debt restructuring will help entice the external creditors to agree on serious haircuts on debt values and maturity terms.
Internationally, restructuring domestic debt often plays a role in resolution of debt crises, such as the case in Sri Lanka. But it has also bred controversy, particularly relating to different estimates of the losses from the EPF in Sri Lanka. My guess is that the government of Sri Lanka felt that domestic debt restructuring would realize net benefits to the country. One is really to entice foreign creditors to agree on serious haircuts on debt values and debt maturity terms. And remember, our domestic debt is some $42 billion, which is quite a large amount in today's context. The principle of fairness in these debt negotiations means that the pain of haircuts has to be shared between domestic and foreign sources. A related issue from the domestic debt restructuring, the government would probably argue, is that it would restore investor confidence in Sri Lanka, and it would enable Sri Lanka to borrow again, and finally it would probably reduce economic vulnerabilities and lay the foundations for long-term growth. One other positive that may come out of this domestic restructuring exercise is that the banking sector is largely exempt from this exercise, and this will help to avert a domestic banking crisis which would have brought much misery to ordinary Sri Lankans. The economy is in a better place compared to last year, but we are still not out of the woods yet. If we do an IMF program properly and do economic reforms along with it, we stand a sporting chance of coming out of this crisis. This will help future generations of Sri Lankans prosper.